Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかむずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちて、そめみおやかむいざなぎのみこと、つくしのりむかの立ち花の、おとのあはぎはらに、みそぎはらいたも、時になりませる。払いの神たち、もろもろのまがこと罪汚れを払いたまえ、清めたまえとまおすことのよしを、天つかみ国つかみやおよろずの神たちともに、雨の藤駒の耳振り立てて、気を示せと、かしこみもまおす。弥勒を見神守りたまえ先はえたまえ弥勒を見神守りたまえ先はえたまえ教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ、教えみよや主の神、守りたまえ、先はえたまえ。かんながらたまちはえませ。かんながらたまちはえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified. Believe your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, abounding in our life. God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your grace. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teaching. Courtesy. The essence of faith is to behave in a civilized manner, extending courtesy and consideration to all. The cause of all disturbance in the world is failure to practice the common principles of courtesy and respect toward others. An ideal country, a utopia, is a place where people are courteous and observe order, where all live in harmony in God's peace and love. Since ancient times, it has been said, God is order. Indeed, this is a very important law that we should apply in every part of our lives. Throughout nature, we see how everything moves in accordance with this law of order. Think of the four seasons, for example. After winter comes spring, followed by summer, autumn, then winter again. In Japan, plum trees blossom first, then cherry trees, then wisteria, and then irises. By maintaining this sequence of birth, growth, death, and rebirth, year after year without deviation, nature teaches us the importance of following the law of order. In our daily lives, too, there is an orderly sequence that we should observe, individually tailored to guide our correct conduct and activities. Order is the way of truth. So, to violate this law puts one out of harmony with God. Ignorance or indifference to this law will not absolve someone from the consequences of negative behavior, the difficulties one experiences in a life hampered by turmoil and confusion.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. Thank you also for your continuous prayers towards the world peace, of the victims of wars and natural disasters. This morning, I want to share the faith experience of Maria Eduarda. She's from the Coimbra Johrei Center in Portugal. For many years, Maria Eduarda felt much pain when her period arrived. In November of 2013, when her period had came, she felt such intense pains. She felt that like having an abortion, even though this was not her case. She's a nurse and seeing women have an abortion. For these reasons, she knew very well what agony, suffering, pain these women experienced. Pain felt like contractions for her. It would come with such intensity and just leave in seconds. She was in such a pain that brought her to tears, not able to find an easy position to sit. Her mother, being a Johrei member, began to channel Johrei to her immediately. For almost 30 minutes, she received Johrei, but the pains continued. Her older sister is 31 years old, has a disease called endometriosis, which causes pain during the period. Maria Eduarda was feeling the pain her sister had been feeling for over a year. The only way she was able to carry on her daily schedule was to take analgesics and other medications, which she had to take on a 4 to 4 hour basis every month. After seeing a gynecologist, she was prescribed a pill that interrupted her period, making it come only every 2 months. It was only then that her pains eased. As is known, the pill is a concentration of hormones that control a woman's menstrual cycle. Pains, the bubbles in the skin that appear, and so on. Menstruation is a great way for women to purify the body. Therefore, if a woman prevents the menstrual cycle, toxins that should be leaving the organism accumulate. Maria Eduarda thought that what was happening to her was this very same thing that her sister was going through. Desperate, she decided to take one of these pills. Knowing how these medications work, she expected the pain to ease with little time, but nothing happened. She had already been receiving Johrei for 20 minutes when her mother suggested that they call the Johrei Center and ask them to make a prayer. They so did, and they scheduled the prayer for 3 p.m. on that day. All of a sudden, her pace disappeared. She waited for the contraction to come, but they didn't. She was really surprised because she was looked at the watch. It was 3:01 p.m. At that moment, she could only think that it was truly a miracle from the Supreme God and Meishu-sama. She was worried that this would reoccur in the following months. However, December, January, February, March came around, nothing happened. This showed her that truly medication didn't do any good for her, and showed her to trust in Johrei and the power of prayer. As Meishu-sama states, many times one who is ill does not get better even though he or she is receiving Johrei. However, just by making a simple prayer to God, recovery occurs immediately. This is because one who is channeling focuses only on the Johrei channel and forgets the most important part, prayer. In other words, one gave more attention to the branch instead of the trunk. By acting in accordance with logic, everything is faster and smooth. This Meishu-sama wrote in August 26, 1953. This is exactly what happened to Maria Eduarda. As the Johrei member says, Meishu-sama never lies. Maria Eduarda now is in charge of the choir at the Coimbra Johrei Center. She knows that she should be caring for each and every one of the people who participate in the group. They all have an important role there. Therefore, she should be thankful to each one of them and care for them. By experiencing the true power of prayer, Maria Eduarda made a commitment to pray daily for each one of these people who are with her in this dedication. From now on, she will definitely begin to trust Meishu-sama more and stop taking so many medications once and for all. She's eternally grateful to the Supreme God and Meishu-sama for this experience. Thank you very much for attending this morning service and listening to this very beautiful faith experience. Wish you a most wonderful day.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.